Hello and welcome to I Can't Believe This Got Greenlit, a show where we discuss movies from our childhood, our nostalgia from watching them as kids, how they got made, and our experiences rewatching them as adults. I'm one of your hosts, Nick Warner, and joining me as always, Matthew Pelton.
Okay, Nick?
Yes.
There was a mistake made.
Okay.
And I know, listen, I'm just gonna be honest. It was the guest's fault. I love the guest. We haven't introduced him yet,
Right.
But like the blame is on him. I'm just being honest, okay?
Okay.
But we're covering a movie called Eragon.
Yes.
Eragon. Mm-hmm. Now I made the mistake. Actually, it's not my fault. It's Andrew's fault. But I watched Lord of the Rings very recently.
That is 100% your fault.
How dare you? I decided to watch 3 great films recently.
Yeah.
It was like
Bad
the big
choice.
anniversary. Like they were back in theaters and stuff. Like
shouldn't have done
it
it.
was so cool.
Bad.
How dare you? How dare you? And then I'm like, oh, Andrew, like we had a great time with him on a different show. We'll get to that in a minute. Like I would love to have him on the show. So Andrew comes rolling along. And we're like, okay, what movie are you gonna pick? I'm all pumped, right? He's gonna give us something good because he likes us. He's not gonna screw us with a bad movie. And he picks Eragon. And not only, hang on a minute, because it's worse than you think.
Okay.
Because not only did I just watch basically the real one, the real Eragon, but also there's a character in The Lord of the Rings called Eragon. Mm-hmm. So I tried to watch this movie yesterday, and I kept looking up Eragon, and I'm like, okay, cool. So Andrew just didn't pick a real movie, and I couldn't find it.
Well, okay.
So I didn't watch this yesterday because I could not find the goddamn movie.
That is fair. I have to provide some context. First of all, I also watched a movie called Legolas. And no.
What? I was like, no way.
No.
Wild.
I'll bring Andrew in right away because we've talked a little bit too long without having him on the show. But I do need to provide some context. So joining us today on the show, we have someone from a show called Sheltered Sages, one of the co-hosts. Andrew, welcome to the show.
Woo!
Welcome to I Can't Believe This Got Greenlit. Yes, we were on your show a few weeks ago now when this releases, and it was such a lovely time. It was so much fun. And when I reached out and was like, hey, give me a couple movies that we can sort of pick from, you did give me a list. So it wasn't just like hard and fast Eragon. There was a list. I will say that Eragon was at the top of the list. So I was like,
so still your fault.
If that's number one, I feel like we should talk about it. There were some other pretty big contenders in there. But
all I'm saying is I could have made you all watch the M. Night Shyamalan Avatar: The Last Airbender movie.
What the?
So
again,
yeah, I could have.
Right. And that is why I picked Eragon, not thinking. And here we are. And right off the bat, I do have to say that yes, my only note on this movie is it's just not as good Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, it's not.
That's just what it is.
It's really not.
It's also like, okay, you have one of the most famous fantasy characters of all time named Aragorn. Yeah. Why the fuck? In the middle of the Lord of the Rings just came out too. Why would you make your movie called Eragon? It's like a 1-letter difference.
It is.
It's so true.
It is. Like, what are you doing?
Oh man.
It's like Shorts. Like we covered Shorts a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And if you
I've seen that movie. Wild movie.
And if you try to look up Shorts movie, good fucking luck.
Yeah.
It just gets buried.
Just short films. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So you did Aragorn. You almost made Eragon. So I'm gonna fuck that up the whole episode. I'm just warning you.
Well, to be fair, they also mess up his name multiple times in the movie.
That is true. It's not just me.
Yeah.
So you did Eragon, and you almost made us watch Avatar. So I've been waiting to ask you this till we started recording. When we did Sheltered Sages, did I offend you in some way? Did I say something?
Not at all. No, I had such a good time that I was just like, I just have to continue extending that, as we talk about on the Sheltered Sages show, I am homeschooled, or I was homeschooled. I'm now on 30. I'm not currently.
It's a long curriculum.
So there was a lot of cringe in my childhood. So I have to just share that with other people and share the cringe that I had to deal with.
Oh, so it's not just us you do this to.
No, not at all.
You just spread this like a disease.
Yep, I mean, I actually met a whole group of new people tonight. That was one of the reasons we were late to record. And I literally it was the same element of cringe that I just shared.
I love that.
I'm just authentically cringe.
But where that works so perfectly is this show. So
Unfortunately, yeah, that's true. We're
going
built for this.
right into childhood stories. I'm gonna turn it back over to you, Andrew. Why Eragon? Why did this kind of ring true to you as a child? Obviously, you were homeschooled, so give us the rundown.
Yeah, so like growing up, there wasn't a lot of movies that we were allowed to watch, interestingly enough. So one of the big ones that we watched, which you guys have already covered, was Chronicles of Narnia.
Yes.
So that was actually a big one that we watched.
Huge.
And my brother and I like role played that last battle with the White Witch and all of that crazy stuff. It was
awesome.
grand old time. But like as I got older, I had that fantasy itch, and I was too young to watch Lord of the Rings, according to my parents, which you know, I respect them for, you know, their choices. But so I had that fantasy itch, and my brother, I think for school, because he went to school for a couple years after I went, because I went for a little bit of time. Was when we realized I was really homeschooled and they pulled me out. So he'd watched Eragon in school, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. And he loved it and knew that I would love it because I was all into fantasy and dragons and all of that stuff. And so he convinced my mom to let me watch it. And then I watched it and I fell in love with it because it was my introduction to like big fantasy movies.
It's your first real one.
It was my first real one. I mean, again, minus Chronicles of Narnia, but that's more of an isekai, so we'll get into that later.
What now?
I'm gonna drop in my anime nerd.
I said out nerded. It's rare that happens.
No, that was impressive. I was gonna keep quiet, but
but yeah, so that was kind of like my introduction to it, and like I watched it with my brother, and then I got an iPod video, which was like not the iPod Touch, but back when it still had the click wheel, but you could put movies on it. Was it a video or movie? I don't remember.
Nice.
But it had 2 movies on it, and the first one was Star Wars Episode 2: Attack of the Clones. I don't know why it was that one and not the first one, but it was the second one. And
like
the
the
second
worst
movie
one.
that it had on it, it really is.
Was the second movie Eragon?
The second movie was Eragon.
That's
yeah,
a tough two.
It really is.
Throw away the iPod at that point.
What
And
a
I thought those
double
were
feature.
peak cinema. I thought that was peak. Like, I had a lot of growing to do before.
I would say this is
Wow.
only my second time talking to you, but like it's all starting to add up here. Like this makes sense.
This is yep. It's hard to peak in high school when you like have never peaked.
Still waiting for the peak.
we're still
No,
climbing
but
that mountain.
like, so I was obsessed with the movies, and then of course I went and read the books. And so the thing that like drew me to the book so much is that the author, Christopher, last name I'm not going to attempt to say, is that he was homeschooled and that he wrote the book when he was like 15.
That's
He wrote and published the book when he was 15.
wild. That
Yes.
is
So that is why
wild.
he stole the name, I think, from Lord of the Rings, is because he was in his 15-year-old fan fiction
And he just
era.
liked Lord of the Rings.
Oh my
Okay, now that makes sense.
I don't
Eragon,
think I
Aragorn.
realized that he wrote this when he was 15.
15.
Yeah, he was so young when he got that. And it was back in like 2002, 2003, I think, whenever he published it. I think he self-published it in 2002 and he
Wait,
got picked up by a publisher
So he's
in 2003.
not that old.
He is not that old. No,
I did.
He's
I am really lacking research here today because
Let's
that's
say,
insane.
wait. In the first 5 minutes, I got like out geeked and you got out researched on
Yeah.
our show.
Listen,
this
I'm
is
a
our
homeschooler.
show.
I come prepared.
What the hell? Do you want to be a permanent co-host,
This
man?
is why everyone that listens to the show, our 6 listeners, should go check out Shelter Sages because you have actually prepared hosts for everything that's
Stop
coming their
listening
way.
to this. Go listen to that.
Only a little bit.
Well, slightly more,
Well-
but I mean, it's great.
I'm gonna make it even worse.
Uh-oh.
Because I was so excited for this that I was like, I shouldn't just because I'm a homeschooler. I go above and beyond for no reason whatsoever because no one asks you to. But you know, I might have gotten the audiobook from the library and might have listened to the audiobook again from the beginning in prep for
You-
this.
you
just
listened to the
remember-
full book?
whole audiobook?
For I can't believe this got greenlit.
Can I ask how
I
many
know.
hours that was?
It's I listened at double speed because I'm a psycho.
That's-
So it was about 8 hours.
Oh my
It was
god.
8 hours of Eragon, whatever the fuck this is called.
okay, we talked about it a little bit that I do audiobooks.
Yes.
So during that time I was also like editing an audiobook. So I was like able to like half listen and also like, you know, click in, cut, paste, cut, you know, so I was doing 2 things at once. And then it's like there would be times where I'd have to sit and I'm like, I forgot that happened.
Yeah.
That's such a good because I was obsessed with the books too once I started reading those. So it was more of just like a fun remembering, and the book is so much better. Sorry, like I stand by this. It's so much better than the movie.
Well, so at this point, like, how many times have you read the books?
Probably. I should say I'm a big fan, but I've probably only read it like 5 times. But it's been like the series. I'll read like the series through, except I'm an awful person. I never have read the last book.
To this day.
Wow.
To this day. I pulled a U with Space
Chimps?
Percy Jackson.
Percy Jackson.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I still have never read the last one.
Yeah.
And I refuse at this point. It's just part of the bit.
The books leads kind of, I mean, Pelton, feel free to jump in here with your childhood stories, but it leads in pretty perfectly to mine, because this was like the only thing that I remember about this franchise was pretty much the cover of the first book. Like, okay, so my best friend, actually the guy who started the Percy Jackson Day at our school with me, he was a big like fantasy guy. Again, got me into Percy Jackson, got me into like Narnia, got me into Doctor Who, like the show, like got me into all these cool things. And I remember he lived right down the street from me, so I used to walk to his house every day after school. And
was it Andrew? What's going on here?
No, I was not in elementary school when he was in elementary school.
Oh, I guess that's a good point. It'd be a little creepy if you were.
Little creepy if I was.
But no, I used to always,
not illegal yet, but a little creepy.
I used to always walk to his house, and you know his family were big readers. Like they had so many books just in their house. And I just remember this one because of the cover and because of this goofy looking dragon on the front of it. So I remember being like, okay, what is this book? What is this like franchise? And I think it was one of those where I read the book, the first book, remember not one thing about it. Not one thing. Potentially have also read the second book, I believe is Eldest. Is that right?
Eldest, yeah.
Remember none of it. Just remember the red cover with the goofy dragon.
Yes.
I don't think I ever saw this movie because I don't think I even realized like it was a movie, and I don't even know if the books resonated with me as much to like consider going to see the movie. You know, it came out in 2006.
Percy Jackson level.
So right, it came out in 2006. So it was like it should have been in that era of like, oh, you know, Percy Jackson, Narnia, all these things where I was going to see them, but I never did. So I missed the movie again. Read the books, the first 2 at least. Don't remember anything about them.
Just didn't quite do it for you.
No, the only thing I remember is this goofy dragon. And I love the goofy dragon. That's it.
Well, we'll get to that goddamn dragon in a minute, because I have thoughts on that dragon.
So, Pelton, childhood stories. Let's hear them.
Okay, so the only thing I remembered from this movie is the poster and, just like Nick, kind of the cover of the book. Like, I remember this big, stupid blue dragon. Because even when I was a kid, I'm like, that looks goofy. Like, I'm too old for that. Yeah. And then I didn't, like, ever connect that the movie was a book until, like, 2 days ago when I was looking up Aragorn and being confused, and then finally realized there's a different movie called Eragon.
Yeah.
So, okay, I was trying to remember why. I'm like, because this is peak. I was going to the movies every other weekend, seeing every kid's film. So I'm like, why did I miss this? Is it just because we got confused by the title? And then it clicked. Because my dad famously, God bless his soul, that might be his worst take of all time, he does not like The Lord of the Rings. Can't do it.
No, you know what? This is coming from a guy who doesn't like Robin Williams. I'm starting to really not understand or respect this man's opinion on movies.
You know what? I'm his own son. I don't either.
I'm sorry. I'm just reeling from that.
Right?
What?
I know. He watches
gosh.
Lord of the Rings. He's like, everyone's too serious and it's boring. And I'm like, are you watching the same movies? Like, what the fuck? So I have a theory that he watched Lord of the... I think he tried watching when it came out, especially Return of the King, because it was winning all these Oscars. Like, it was a big deal. And I was like 2, so I was too young for it. So I think he probably tried to go watch it, didn't like it. If I had to guess, probably saw the poster and trailer for Eragon and was like, oh, fuck no. Like, I just did Lord of the Rings and I hate it. I'm so not seeing this. So I think even though I should have, my dad boycotted this for all the wrong reasons.
I look at it too, and I watched the trailer for it in prep for watching the movie, because I was trying to get like the Disney login and all that to be able to watch it.
Sure.
Because I didn't want to rent it. And I was watching that. I'm like, this is so generic 2000s fantasy.
It really
is. I'm like, I have seen this movie 7 times in 7 different ways.
Yeah.
Even in the past 5 years I've seen this movie trailer.
Honestly, it's one of those where it's so apparent that they greenlit this after Lord of the Rings because of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
It's the only reason this got made.
So, this is one of those movies where now thinking about developing our own productions and dipping into fantasy world a little bit, I do want to keep this one in the back of my mind is like, don't do this. I will go back to this as sacred text, but not in a good way.
Say, Nick, if you ever pitch a talking dragon, I'm out.
Yeah. A goofy dragon.
Like a psychic dragon.
Psychically.
Oh my gosh.
So going into production here, this movie was directed by, you know what? Before I say,
a complicated answer?
Say the director, I just have to say that I usually take the approach of just attempting the person's name, and I'm still going to do that. But I have to say hats off to Andrew for not even attempting to say the last name of the author, because I really just like struggle and butcher these names, and I'm going to do it again. But I just have to say good on you for not taking the fall. So this movie was directed by Stefan Fangmeyer.
Oh, I hope that's how you pronounce it. Because that's really cool.
Who was mostly a VFX supervisor, and it seems like Eragon was his first and seemingly only major directorial credit, which I guess adds up. But he did VFX supervising for Saving Private Ryan, Terminator 2, and Twister, which is pretty huge.
Wow. Those are big.
And he went to Eragon. Okay.
Yep, and then went back to VFX. So
do you think it was like not in a mean way, but do you think it was almost like a director jail kind of thing?
I think so.
If I had to get, we haven't gotten to box office and budget, but I'm gonna assume this didn't make a ton.
We'll see. We'll see.
Fair enough. That was me trying to get a little hint out of him.
Yeah. No hint.
Trying to sneak
I
it.
appreciate the attempt.
We have to get there first. So this movie was written by Peter Buckman, who was also the writer of Jurassic Park 3. Very excited.
Okay.
Produced by John Davis and Wick Godfrey, who also produced one of our favorite movies on this show, Daddy Daycare. Check out that episode.
When you say we, who are you speaking for here?
I speak on behalf of the show. I'm like the Lorax.
Are we not? This does not reflect. If you go listen to Daddy Daycare,
for the ratings.
Not true at all.
Okay, so cinematography was done by Hugh Johnson, who did the cinematography for a few films, but one that I'd like to point out, which mostly caused the slap heard around the world. He did the cinematography for G.I. Jane.
Oh no.
Oh goodness.
So there's that.
Oh boy.
Is it also, have you guys ever seen G.I. Jane?
No.
Right? I feel like that movie,
though.
like, no one ever talked about it until,
No,
like,
there's a reason.
the incident.
Yeah, no, I don't ever want to see that movie and then talk about someone's wife. I don't know.
I feel like now we should cover it.
Oh goodness.
It was a
Not part of our
pivotal moment.
childhood. Yeah.
I mean, it is award season, so.
That's very
Coming
true.
up. Maybe there's another slap, a G.I. Jane joke. You never know.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, if Conan gets slapped, I'm out.
I mean, valid.
Okay, so this movie, bear with me here. This movie was edited by Roger Barton, Masahiro Hirakubo, and Chris Lebenzon. We got it.
There you go. You got there in the end.
good.
Again,
Three editors there. Barton
easily
did
Google
Revenge of the
this.
Sith. We were talking about prequels there. So edited Revenge of the Sith, a few of the Transformers movies, and was an additional editor on Titanic and A Quiet Place.
it's a weird collection of people and
It's
like
a
resumes
very
here.
Interesting combination here. Hirakubo did Train Spotting, which is super fun. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
What is
and
happening?
then-
I've heard it's really good though.
Yes. And then
I have it on
Levinson
Criterion.
edited Top Gun, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, which is like a wild...
Wait, which one?
Two movies.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
R1.
Oh, no. Yours.
Yeah. And was a consulting editor on Nightmare Before Christmas, and then just seemingly became Tim Burton's go-to editor while still doing a lot of other things. So just like every Tim Burton movie from then on, basically he edited. Wild bunch of editors here.
I feel like most of the time you give me crew, and it's either like a lot of greenlit people, or it's just like, not like this was their first and last credit, but like, you know what I mean? What is happening with this one?
Insane.
I feel like you're like making this up.
Yeah.
Like you ask like ChatGPT to be like, who made Eragon? Let's give you random shit.
Right.
So insane.
Like, are you sure this is correct?
That's wild.
Yeah. So
I mean, I just saw the movie. I saw some of those names pop up, so I know you're right, but also just like that doesn't sound right.
Can I be honest? I just saw the movie. I didn't retain a single thing. I don't know if he's right. He could just be making that shit up. You could have just lied to me. Like, I saw those names.
dude, I don't know. If IMDb, IMDb doesn't always have the best track record, but I couldn't tell you based on the opening credits of this movie.
All I know is if you go to our short films on IMDb, they have a 10 out of 10. So to me, it's the most credible website on the internet.
QuaywoodProductions.com, baby. So this
they
movie
have
was
one
scored.
review each from me, maybe.
This movie was scored by Patrick Doyle, who did the score for Brave, which is a very unique score and which I love. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Kenneth Branagh's Hamlet, for which he was nominated for an Oscar. And Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, among many others. Again, just a wild bunch here.
This is why I'm convinced you're just pulling this out of your ass. There's no way this is right.
We are finally here. The thing we've wanted to talk about for the past 5 minutes. Let's talk budget. I'm going to turn it over to Andrew first. How much do you think this movie cost to make? Or if you want Pelton to go first, so you could base your answer off of that, that's fine too.
I've been thinking about it a lot, and I've been listening to like episodes to kind of get like, okay, what's a ballpark?
Yeah,
What's a healthy ballpark? There was a lot of VFX in this,
Very
which
true.
I feel like increases a budget
By
a
a
lot.
lot.
But
It
also,
does.
I'm not an expert, but I also feel like they were really banking on this becoming like a new Harry Potter or a new like
Right?
Lord of the
That's
Rings.
what I'm
High fantasy. Yeah.
So I want to say that they were going a lot, but also like I don't. There was also like a lot of clearly the same set was used like 5 different times, but just with different lighting at the same time.
Right.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna ballpark it at around 100 million.
Okay.
I think.
Pelton?
It does feel fair.
Maybe?
Yeah, that feels okay. I was kind of thinking
We'll
the same
see.
exact thing because when did this movie come out again?
2006.
2006. Not only is it VFX heavy, but to be honest, some of the VFX hold up.
Yeah.
Like they don't look that bad, and you have like a weird psychic dragon for some reason that's like a main character in this movie. And the cast is we have Jeremy Irons in this, like
It's a solid.
yeah,
cast
you
for
got
some
big
of them.
people in this. So I was also thinking like 100,000. I think they put a lot of eggs in this
100,000?
basket. I mean, no. They put no eggs in this basket. 100 million. It was also like just after Lord of the Rings. I know we said that, but like I think
Right.
they were really banking on that success following this.
Okay.
So just to be a dick, I'm gonna go 101 million.
Interesting.
I respect it.
I respect it. However, Pelton, I'm so sorry. Andrew hit the nail on the head. $100 million on
what
the
the
dot.
hell? What? Your
Okay,
first
that's
attempt?
wild.
First
What the
attempt.
hell?
No
That's
context.
crazy.
See, and this is what you get from listening to I Can't Believe It's Got Greenlit.
God
You get all
damn
the
it.
context you need to come up with
okay.
the
Wild.
exact budget number.
Listen, you said you listened to Greenlit in prep. That's like a I loosened the jar for you kind of thing.
Yes, yeah.
I gave you the info.
I'll give you a sympathy back pat for that one.
Thank you. I need it. At this exact moment, I need it.
So now the more
First
interesting
attempt on the dot.
That's wild.
impresses me.
That's a Greenlit first. I
to
think
a
we got to
great
send you
capacity.
like a trophy or something. That's a Greenlit first.
I
Fine,
don't.
we'll
I
do
would
that
have to
when
go
we-
listen back to like guest episodes. I don't know if any guest has ever gotten that.
No.
Although I feel like weirdly enough, when Philip was on, he either got it or he was close. I don't
That
remember
sounds
though.
like something Philip would have.
Yeah.
It does, right? Also,
It's the homeschool thing.
It is,
if a guest ever does better than me, I usually ask Nick to cut it.
which I
pure
don't
ego.
do. Which I don't ever
No,
do.
you never do. And you hear me asking you to cut it in the episode, which
Yeah,
is
yeah,
fucked up. But
So now the more interesting thing: how much do you guys think this movie made in the box office?
Andrew, you want to go first?
I'm scared of this one. I don't think it did well at all.
There's no way,
because
right?
There's no way. And it's just like, and it was so. Again, it was so bland, and it was so in the midst of everything else coming out at that time. Like you said, it was like right in the midst of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Like, why would you go see this when you could just go watch Lord of the Rings again? I can't imagine, because like you always talk about, it's like double for
For marketing and stuff, yeah.
right? So, And I know there was a little bit of marketing for it, at least, because I think you even said, like, you saw the poster for it. I remember, like, I think the first book version I read was, like, from the library with the movie poster.
It's, like, now a major motion picture thing.
Exactly, yeah. So I'm going to say, I can't imagine they made a lot, though. I'm wanting to wager it made, like, 70 million. Ooh. Like, that's it. I don't think it made a lot.
Okay.
Damn. Once again, took the words right out of my mouth. God damn it.
Oh, darn. Listen to you guys
I prefer guests that do no prep.
I want to be very clear. I intentionally avoided any prep for the actual, like, film info itself, except for, like, occasional act, like, what was this actor in that I recognize him from? I was like, everything else I'm not going to touch.
So because you're right, because theoretically it had to make 200 million to break even if you incorporate marketing. There's no way on God's green earth it made 200 million.
No.
And you're right. I think the marketing was big for this because I knew the poster. Like the thing was everywhere for some reason. So I'm gonna say it made more than 70 million.
Okay.
But not a lot. I'll go with it made. Okay, you know what? I know this answer failed me last time. I'll go with it made $101 million.
You're closer. You're closer than Andrew this time, and you're gonna die on the hill of saying that this movie. There's no way in hell that it made over $200 million.
There's no way, right?
It made $250 million.
Really?
Yes. So it did. It was technically profitable.
Wow.
Though, you know.
Was it just probably not as much as they were hoping?
Well, not considering if you're coming off the backs of Lord of the Rings, you got 3 Oscar award, like broke the record for Oscars, made
Return of the King was insane.
Loads of money.
Mm-hmm. You only made 50 million in profit.
Yeah,
that's true. And it's like it's already an IP too, so you would think you would make more.
Exactly. Yeah. So 250 million.
250.
That's wild though.
Yeah.
Fuck. So I said nowhere in God's green earth. I don't know what that means now.
Yeah.
So I have to rethink everything I thought.
Plans to create a film based on the best-selling novel were first announced in February 2004. Peter Buckman, the screenwriter of the film and a fan of fantasy and science fiction literature and films, says that he was blown away by the author's pre-consciousness, his mastery of plot lines and characters, and his ability to create several completely imaginary worlds.
15-year-old kid.
This is impressive.
Okay.
So Jeremy,
I never read the book. I can't say anything.
Yeah. I did, and I can't say anything either.
Fair enough. Only Andrew can talk about the book today.
So good, though.
So Jeremy Irons, who welcomed the opportunity to reintroduce himself to younger audiences, took on the role, although Dungeons & Dragons, a previous fantasy film he had acted in, had flopped. And he said that he thought that Eragon had been better managed than that film. So he was, he had hopes. And again, it was profitable, but maybe not as profitable as they hoped.
No. And also, when you first said Jeremy Irons would reintroduce himself to kids, I assumed he meant Lion King.
Yeah.
Then you said Dungeons. I'm like, oh yeah, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, live action. There you go.
Like, did you forget your scar, dog? Like,
right? Like, dude.
You like that?
I know it's like you don't have the face, but the voice.
Right.
Is
like,
iconic.
that is clearly you.
That's right. So in August of 2005, Fox began filming Eragon is it Eragon or Aragorn? It's Eragon.
It's
technically Eragon, but at this point we can just interchange them.
Yeah.
Again, depending on who you ask, they're who you listen to in the movie, they're also going to pronounce it differently.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think they know.
So they filmed at various locations throughout Hungary and Slovakia, which I did not know. Filming ended a month later in September, beginning the film's visual effects and animation stage provided by ILM, Weta Digital, and Cinesite to create the film CGI, which, that alone, you shot a high fantasy $100 million movie in 1 month, and then you spent the rest of the time doing visual effects. That's bad. That's already bad.
To be honest, okay, that makes a lot of sense, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And like in a good way and bad way. Like, it makes sense why the VFX still hold up, because that's where most of the time went. That also explains, the movie.
Yeah.
Because they had a
Or why they use the same strip of woods for 7 different scenes.
Yeah.
The number's growing every time I remind.
Yeah.
Remember when they used the wood for 40 scenes in a row?
The whole movie.
The whole movie, honestly.
So Eragon was released on DVD and Blu-ray in the US on March 20th, 2007. It debuted at number 1 on the national DVD sales charts and at number 3 on the DVD rental charts. It grossed more than $35 million in rentals. So you tack that on, and we're looking at almost $300 million for this movie.
Damn.
Okay.
So
I mean, I know that's where I watched it was a rental. I think the first time.
Oh, there you go.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think
makes
like I
sense.
feel like it was one of those like back in the day you'd walk into like a Best Buy and they put movies on the TV, show you how good the TV looked.
Yeah.
I feel like this was
Oh, that
definitely
bright
one
blue
of them.
dragon on like the
Yeah,
pixelated
exactly.
screen. Absolutely, they would have shown
Like
that.
that'd be awesome. You're like, oh my
buy
gosh,
the
1080p,
TV and
no
you bring
way.
it home and it looks nothing like that. And you're like, what did I do?
No, never.
What did I do? And then you call Philip up and you're like, hey, can you come fix this for me? And then he does. So
And then he does.
and it looks
He's like,
it
how
looks
did you get my
beautiful.
number? Who are you?
Yeah. So around 2021, 15 years after the film's premiere, fans of the book series tweeted #Eragon remake in an effort to get
What?
Disney, the intellectual rights holders following their acquisition of 21st Century Fox, to revamp the book series into a possible television show for Disney+. Within hours, the hashtag began to trend, with fans pushing for a proper adaptation. When the author found out about this movement, again, not that old. This guy still could be making money off of this thing. He encouraged the fans to keep at it and even joined in himself.
Now, okay, Andrew, be honest. Did you use this hashtag?
I did not, but I'm not huge in. I'll be honest, I'm not a huge social media. The most social
Fair.
media I do is for like our podcast.
That's
So-
pretty much what we do.
That is
So
fair.
I'll lurk, but I did know about this. I did know that
did?
it was like trending. Yes, I did see that. And like recently, I'm sure you're probably never mind. You're gonna go into that. I'm getting ahead of the curve.
my
So go for
last
it.
no, if we're on the same page here. So on July 25th, 2022, Variety reported that a live-action television series adaptation of Eragon was in early development for Disney Plus, with the author serving as a co-writer on the series.
What?
So who knows? Who knows if that's coming? Again, they just redid Percy Jackson. You know, the Harry Potter stuff's coming back. Like maybe this
true.
is the kind of resurgence of our childhood. It feels like a lot of those are coming true. Like it feels like a lot of the movies we do cover on the show, the last bit of production is like, yeah, live action like TV remake is on its way, and like that's how we end production almost every episode. We're like, this is insane.
Yeah.
This is just
We
the
had, like,
future of our
The
movies.
Megamind show just came out.
Yes,
Goosebumps had a recent show that
Yep.
just came out on Disney Plus.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl had a recent movie.
True.
Like
That was wild.
insane.
River Fork just got a mini series that was pretty
Did
good.
had a lot of views on YouTube. Go check it out. QuaywoodProductions.com. Shameless plugging on this show.
Also, I know we don't do video for this
Yeah.
podcast, thank God, because I'm covered in dirty fish tank water. But Nick, when you
No
first
contact.
No
Yeah,
contact.
no,
Yeah.
it's not, none needed. But when Nick first brought up the hashtag, I need people to know that I was sitting here shaking my head like, no fucking way. And then Andrew had like the biggest grin on his face. Like he was like a kid on Christmas morning. He just opened like
I'm
Eragon
so
on Blu-ray.
hopeful.
Yeah.
I'm so hopeful. Like we're gonna talk about it when we get to the movie, but the biggest like thing that damaged this film was just like they didn't lean into the source material enough. They
really?
didn't. They rewrote so much
Oh.
stuff,
Yeah.
and like a very similar to the Percy Jackson problem, in my opinion.
But they
That's
changed
fair.
a ton.
So like super cool like side thing
Yeah,
real quick
please.
about like Percy Jackson is like biggest thing, I'm going to school right now to become like English teacher and things like that.
love
And so
it.
one of my family
good
members
for you.
teaches middle school and teaches middle school reading actually. And so she had me sub for her. And I've been able to actually do Percy Jackson with the kids.
Oh,
like,
no
reading
way.
through the book as we're doing it and like talking about it. And I'm just like, this is what I want.
That's
so I want to do that,
awesome.
but like with Eragon, where we can actually like do a deep dive into
Sure,
the book.
yeah.
It's good.
I
Sorry.
promise it's
But-
good.
To get
so
paid
good.
to teach people and reread Percy Jackson is like, that's the dream. That's the dream.
It was.
That's
it
awesome.
It was literally like a perfect solidifying of my calling. Like this is what I'm meant to do.
Yeah. I love it. I love it so much. Okay. Moving into plot. I said this potentially at the
Buckle
top
up.
of this episode, and if it got cut out, I'm gonna re-emphasize. This is a tough plot to like actively take notes on and even talk about who the characters are, where they are, what's going on. Not only because it's high fantasy and there's a lot of action happening, but because this movie is just like poorly paced. As you mentioned,
it's
it doesn't
bizarrely paced.
dip into the like lore in the books as much, and it makes for this weird amalgamation of like, I know what they were trying to do, because again, you can clearly tell that it's just trying to do Lord of the Rings. But it's kind of spoiling final thoughts a little bit here. You can't do a high fantasy movie like this in an hour and 40 minutes. That's just not okay. It's not allowed, and then it just doesn't. It's not okay. I'm not allowing for it going forward. Just not allowed. Cancel all of them.
It doesn't get the Nick Warner stamp of approval.
No, but like again, it just makes for this like if you have no context of the book, and even if you do, you're just like, why is this moving at this pace? It makes no sense.
I did say to Nick before we started recording, I'm like, we have episodes of this show where you get into plot and it's just like an hour of like just kind of like bits almost, like nothing really happens. This might be the first time ever where in an hour 40, it's just so dense.
It's so dense.
Like in every scene, there's like 80 things going on.
Yeah.
I remember sitting there watching the movie after the second attempt of trying to find it.
Do you want to hear what's really sad? These dense parts of like 50% of that isn't even in the book.
Really?
It's literally things that they wrote to add into the story.
That just annoys me.
Why?
It's so annoying.
Yes, it's wild. Well, once you get into the plot, I'm gonna start. I wrote like, this is in the book, and this is not like, this is why this is stupid.
Perfect.
No, I'm excited to hear the differences because like there's so much going on.
And I will be leaning on you for pronunciation of these names because they're insane.
I'll do my best. But like one of the things that like when I was listening to this, like I should have watched the movie before I re-listened to the book, but I was like, I gotta listen to the book earlier that I rewatched the movie. But I'm glad I did, because then like all of these things were happening in the movie, and I'm like, that's one of the reasons that doesn't work. That's why this doesn't work.
No shit.
And I could kind of like go that way when I approached it. So anyways, I'll get there when you get there.
I think it's interesting because usually with an adaptation, I feel like it's the opposite. Where like a movie you only get like an hour 42 hours, a book it can be 700 to 1,000 pages. So usually you hear of all the stuff that's cut. I think this might be the first time I've ever heard they added like 80% of just all this shit in it.
I mean, again, I read the book, don't remember it, but like so I don't really have the full context, but I feel like Percy Jackson was similar, where it was like they added that whole subplot with like the pearls and everything
pearls and all that.
Yes,
all of that.
yeah.
But that it doesn't, just from the way you're speaking about it, it doesn't seem like it was as much as this movie.
Yeah, again, it's like they completely destroy like the whole themes of like what the story is about. They completely destroy characters. They butcher like who Eragon is as a character. They completely destroy in the movie. Who Braum is as a character, the Jeremy Irons' character, completely destroy who he is in the movie.
Really?
Like he is not a jerk. Like that's the thing that was so taking me off as I'm watching the movie. He's this like funny, kind storyteller guy who's literally joining along because he's like, you gotta have an interesting story and I want to follow along to see what happens. Like, and then it's unveiled later that he has like all of these other things happening.
Sure. So it's really this for the polar opposite.
But it's the polar opposite. And that's where I think like, and I know I'm getting ahead of the story, but I think that's where so many problems are going to come up, is because what the writer praised Christopher, last name, for is because of these characters and because of these plot lines and things like that. And then he had the audacity to just rewrite those out. Or maybe it was like last minute script edits to fit it into what they had filmed.
It could be a studio thing too. You never know, but
it's just like, that's why I think it didn't connect, is because there were so many of these powerful things in it that then they pulled out to make it work that just didn't. And so anyways, I'll let you get into it.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
That's
I'm excited to hear the different
insight. I'm
tracks.
excited to, as much as I'm not excited to talk about it, I'm excited now to talk more about plot. So jumping into it, we open with a story of the people who ruled Allegacia.
So Middle Earth.
How
it's Middle Earth. Yes,
they initially protected and served the land, but eventually fought amongst each other for power. Now, one named Galbatorix, is that right? Beautiful.
Yep, that was good. That was good.
Betrayed the rest of the men and fought them to the point of seeming extinction. Now, Galbatorix rules the land, and those who don't agree with his tyranny fled to a mountain far away. And we start our story with Arya.
Sorry, I have my first complaint.
Yeah.
They completely ruined his motivation as to why he did what he did.
Oh, is the motivation completely different in the book?
Yes, absolutely. So he does betray the writers, but so the original, spoilers for the book if you haven't read the book, but go read the book. It's really it is not Lord of the Rings, but it is a fun ride, and it genuinely just made me enjoy fantasy, and I'm like, I just want to read more fantasy. But his whole thing was that he, as a writer, was cocky and arrogant and thought he could take on all of these Urgles with this other guy. They went to go, his best friend, to go and fight these Urgles. and which are like the ogre or whatever they are in Lord of the Rings. My brain's
The orcs or
forgetting
goblins.
things.
Or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah, whatever they are. So they went to go fight them, and then got outmatched. His dragon died, and his friend died. So he was without a dragon, and went back to the riders to be like, "Hey, give me another dragon."
Yeah.
And they're like, "No, we're not going to do that."
Oh.
So he steals a dragon, lures other people over to his side, and then turns against the.
Oh, that's way cooler.
Perfect.
Right?
I'm glad that
Way
we got
cooler.
that
Right?
context.
Right, exactly. It's like that with that context. I'm like, okay, but now you've got generic bad king
Yeah,
turned
he's
against
just
the other kings.
evil
It's
man.
just
The tyrant.
evil man. And it's just like that was my first just like,
Why?
why did we ruin this? Because that like the motivation. It could have been the exact same narration opening, but just starting it with like, hey, this King Galbatorix, this guy Galbatorix, a young rider with foolish and arrogance went and did this thing, and then this thing happened, and it like led to
It's
this.
like all hell broke
You could have,
loose.
or later when Brahm literally repeats the same story, they could have just done it then instead of
Right.
doing that thing that I hate, which is like narrate an opening and then repeat that opening later.
Yeah.
Because
Explain it to
they
the
do it
character.
twice, so you're like, what's the point of doing the narration in the beginning?
Right.
And also, it almost felt like a studio note, because when I don't know about you guys, but I heard the narration, and it's so much, and the narration's only like a minute. So they're flying by so much exposition.
Too much.
So I had to rewind
much.
it because I'm like, oh, I didn't catch any of that.
Dude.
So I rewound it. Why did you do the same thing?
Okay, this was like the opening minute of the movie. Trying
It's
to
quick.
take note,
It's
I
so
immediately
quick.
knew I was like, I'm cooked for this episode. So I had to rewind it. I counted. It was 7 times. Because I was
Oh,
like, who are these
no.
people? Where are they? What's going on?
Yeah.
And so it took me 7 minutes to get through the first minute of exposition. It was ridiculous.
Well, that's okay. That's going to be an ongoing theme for the rest of this movie.
Insane.
I'm so sorry.
It's like
The only reason I'm like, because I literally like, it was what you were talking about. I think with the when you were talking about Percy Jackson and when like watching that movie, literally the same thing was happening when I was watching it. It was like the narration and like
Yeah.
the sound effects and it coming back into my mind. So that's the only reason I was watching. I was like, if I was an adult watching this for the first time, I would have checked out 5 minutes
yeah,
ago.
that's the thing. So just so you guys know, it was this bad. So I rewound it once. And I don't do any prep for the show, so that's a fucking miracle in itself. So I rewound it, watched the beginning once, just so I like understood the fundamentals of this fake Middle Earth. And then I think hearing it twice and then going into the movie, for the first time in the history of Greenlit, I legitimately had a headache. Like my head hurt.
You're
'cause
telling
I'm
me
like,
you
"What?"
didn't have a headache during Space Gyms?
No, because I quit. I just didn't finish Space
You didn't even
Jam.
let yourself have the
Tapped out.
headache.
Yeah, I felt it coming on. I just bailed. This one was in the first 2 minutes. There was just so much. And then they had the audacity to repeat this stupid story later.
Right.
I'm like, how dare you?
Again, in an hour and 40 minutes,
Yeah.
I am personally not allowing you to do that. That's not allowed.
Well, and we're not even to the part yet where he has like 50 flashes of vision to this girl in captivity.
Oh my
that happens
god,
throughout.
fucking shoot me. And she's always in the
But
same
anyway.
exact pose. It's like clearly
Right,
the
she
same
is.
day.
Right? Oh my gosh. But I think, I mean, knowing that they only shot in a month, though, that actually makes a
Tracks.
lot of
Now
sense,
it all
though.
adds up.
Because
That
it's like,
tracks.
okay, of course they're going to fill it through with voiceover, and of course they're going to use the same scene in different lighting. It's like,
Exactly.
that makes sense.
'Cause they had
But
a
like you said,
month.
they had a month. But you can't do that in a month. You
Though-
need to like... Oh,
It's still weird that they, now that we know the budget and everything, and also this was like a pretty big book. Like we all knew the cover.
Yeah.
Nick apparently read it. There's no way to prove it, but they did put
Allegedly.
allegedly read it. They did put a lot of eggs into this basket, but then only gave them a month of production.
Yeah.
Like why rush it so bad?
I don't know.
Like Lord of the Rings had like 8 years of pre-production alone. Like that shit was crazy.
I mean, it could have been, because we talked about how they shot throughout Hungary and Slovakia. So maybe it was something where it was like they got like a tax credit to shoot there, but they could only shoot there within a certain amount of time.
Could be. That's true.
Maybe
That could
like
be.
they were
That
like,
could
hey,
be,
you
yeah.
get set up, but this is all you get. But here's like a huge discount. Like I don't know, but yeah, it seems weird that like this budget alone would
I know.
get that
It's
short
such
of
a
a shoot
bizarre
time.
execution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I get
But
like
even in editing, it's like they could have fixed something. Like this is something that would have been fixed, not even in editing, Like, this is a script fix. Like, this should
Yeah.
be before we were filming that some of
Yeah.
these things would have been fixed.
True.
100%.
But like,
Anyways.
like if this opening narration is in the script, like in an editing booth, you could just cut that.
Yeah.
And just start with this
absolutely.
little knucklehead kid on like a farm who's just Luke Skywalker. Yeah. Just go from there.
Yes.
Or, Arya riding through the forest, which, back to segue to you.
Perfect transition. This is
Can
why
you
we get
tell he
another
runs a
host of it.
podcast?
Yeah.
Look at this guy.
So we truly, after all of that, start our story with Arya. She's riding for her life as she carries a stone from the king himself. Now, Durza, who is seemingly this right-hand man of Galbatorix, corners Arya, but she uses her magic to teleport the stone away moments before she is captured, and at this point, before knowing what actually happens, seemingly dies.
yeah. Seemingly.
So true, though.
So obviously we cut back and she's fine, but we do cut away to Eragon. Not Aragorn. Eragon. A poor farm boy who is hunting when he witnesses the stone appearing and hoping to trade it for food. Eragon brings the stone home but realizes it is actually an egg when a blue dragon hatches from it. And this is where all of my memories come flooding back of the book cover and nothing else.
Same, actually.
We're back.
I will say the minute that the way that they did the dragon, the little bit, it made me go like, oh, so many times watch.
Yeah.
It was so cute.
Yeah,
and
they
it just
did.
reminded me of like a little kitten. And I was just like, oh, it's so cute. I love it.
I was like, the best part of this movie is the visual effects by far.
Yes.
Like that little
Yes.
baby dragon still looks good. It still looks cute. Like that whole sequence totally works.
Yeah.
I think the only thing I had leading up to it was it started with horses and fantasy, and I'm like, oh, Lord of the Rings. And then she pulled out, at the time we didn't know it was like a freaking egg, so I think she literally said a rock. And I'm like, oh, instead of like
Stone or something like that, yeah.
cool ring, we get a fucking rock, dude. Like that's what you chose.
This is just shorts. It's the wishing rock.
It's so lame. Like,
Oh my gosh.
like it didn't like. I love the idea they watch shorts and they're like, dude, that was brilliant.
Okay, I know what we can take away from that. Not the booger monster, but this wishing stone. Thankfully there's no booger monster in this. So
Like there's like a ring forged in a volcano. Like, dude, I want a pebble, dude.
yeah.
That's badass.
So as Eragon touches the dragon, a magical mark
Aragorn.
appears on his palm. Now you're gonna confuse me. Several individuals sense the egg is hatching. As it's hatching, including Arya and Galbatorix himself. Eragon nurtures this dragon, and it grows after he lets it fly in this magical little moment. It's beautiful.
Sorry, I'm literally like vibrating in my seat right now because that's another thing that ticked me off. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
So why does it magically transform in literally one scene? It just flies into the air for the first time and then grows into a massive thing.
Yeah,
it
Because
does.
obviously we can't show progression over time. That's one of the best parts of the book too, is like the months that lead up where he is doing it. But it's like because they had to rush everything.
Yeah.
It was like as soon as he got the mark, everyone knew, which it didn't happen in the book. It like you don't know when the mark has been activated. But like it was literally like the period of I think like 3 to 4 months as a dragon, like where it was like a little baby dragon where he kept growing and it kept bonding and he taught it how to talk. He like in the head,
Yeah.
of
Oh, he
course. But
did?
like it didn't know how to instinctively
Just
talk
magically
from the
do
get-go.
that.
Yeah, he literally like would take her into the woods with him and like learn how like just talk to her. And like that's how she learned how to talk, was because he spent time with her teaching her how to like learn all the stuff. It's like these are things.
I know that this movie came after Eragon, but didn't you just need to take a page out of How to Train Your Dragon? Because like
I was thinking
honestly,
that.
you
though,
have this progression
honestly,
of
yeah.
like Hiccup showing Toothless like how to do things, and like there's a little bit of
And it's great.
aggression like between the two, and then slowly it eases up, and then they become friends, and everything's great. But the fact that it is instant, you're like, wait, there's no
wild.
It's literally
there's no
instant.
like reward, there's no
Yeah.
payoff for any sort of like training, nothing. Again, if this movie
Nothing.
was like Lord of the Rings, like 3 movies or something similar where they had time to just like let it breathe and really establish the characters, then maybe I would care more about this dragon.
Right.
But that's
and
the
that's
thing.
that's what gets cost, I think, with all of this, is it's like they took away things being like, oh well, this like they want to see the action, they want to see the dragonfall. It's like, But what connected people to it was like the relationship between Eragon and Saphira, and then like it was all about the relationships and the people. But it's like that's such an early 2000s thing though, where they were like they want this and really don't understand like no,
what makes it
everyone
work.
wants this. Yeah,
because like if you have an action sequence where you just fundamentally don't really care about the characters, it's boring.
Yeah,
and if the action's brilliantly shot, you're not going to feel that connected to it.
Yeah.
So listen, having never read the book, even if the book's great, I'm sorry, but
no, you're good.
Like you're right, it's a baby dragon, and literally the next scene it becomes an adult, and the movie's telling me there's this big grand connection between the two of them and they're besties, but like I just don't buy it.
And also they like instantly after it grows, they start speaking telepathically.
Yeah,
you find out that her name is Saphira. They team up, they do their thing, but it's like. Why?
That's another thing that makes me so mad. And I don't know if it tells it in the movie, but like how he learns about the dragon is through Braum, because Braum is not the village drunk and or the village fool that they show in the movie. He is the storyteller. He is that's true. His job. Mm-hmm. And so he he goes there and like they have that whole scene with the learning the dragons, and he like kicks him out. No, he literally was like, we're gonna be here for hours, aren't we? All right, I'm gonna put some tea on. Just drink it real quick before it's like literally like no. He then sits and talks to him for hours. He's like, oh, you're leaving already? I thought we'd be here until someone dragged you out. But it was like it all of these butchering of characters.
I know.
It's so weird.
And I'm like the more I learn about the differences, the more I'm convinced they did it for a quicker runtime.
Yeah.
Like again, I don't know if it's a studio thing. I don't know where that came from, but like this whole movie, it screams that someone high up said this has to be under 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like, you can't make it long.
Why put $100 million into a movie, and why even delve into the fantasy genre if you're going to make it an hour? This is my biggest problem with the movie. Why do not let anything breathe? Like, you an hour and 40 minutes? That's like... It blows my mind. Not even like 2:15. Not even like a cool 2:15. Like 35 minutes would have done wonders for this movie. I don't even think 2:15 is enough, but it would have done so much for this movie.
I know,
like,
and it needs so much time to flesh out.
Yeah, it would have helped the smallest amount, but it's almost insane.
It's like they sent the fucking writer and director out to like run a half marathon, and they fucking broke his knee before he started, and they're like, good luck.
Yeah.
Why?
You'll do great.
Because if you could flesh it out, like you could make Jeremy Irons like the storyteller, and you can feel this connection with the kid and the dragon.
Enjoy the 13.1 miles of running.
Exactly. Like right now, it's so rushed that like Eragon.
You got it.
I genuinely don't know which one it is.
You're good. You got it.
Eragon like has a brother, and the brother looks just like him. So I couldn't tell who was who. And I don't know who was in charge of costuming, but they put them in the same exact costume, which was such a mistake. And within like 4 seconds, he leaves, and there's a dragon, and they become besties off screen. And
that's not even why he leaves in the book. The whole subplot of like the king's army gathering soldier. That's not a thing. I think it might have been like a minor thing talked about. He leaves to go get a job to marry a girl in town.
Yeah, that's so bizarre.
Like it's that one. I wasn't gonna bring it up because I was like, we didn't even talk about him, but you brought up the brother, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna talk about that.
Yeah, please.
I opened the floodgate.
And the reason, and that the thing is, they shot themselves in the foot because Roran is such a pivotal part of the second movie or the second book. He becomes like this like leader of like a human army kind of thing in the second book, if I'm remembering correctly. It's been a hot minute, but they did so little with his character.
Well, he just disappears after 5 minutes of the movie. Yeah, he's just gone.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if they do a live action like remake TV series. If they do like the Percy Jackson thing. To be fair, I haven't seen the show, but seemingly it is like you get one season per book. Yeah. So I'd be
with the Harry Potter
down
show.
For that.
Yeah. So it's like it seems like that's the way that if they were to do it, that's kind of the way that they would go, and I feel like that would really work for something like this.
Yes,
but not
that's what
an
I'm really
hour and
hopeful
40
for.
minutes. It's
nuts.
It
needs the time to breathe.
I'm gonna stop bringing up like the book is different here because it's gonna keep going. But there will be a few others. Where I'm like, hold up, we gotta talk about the book.
I think also like highlighting the differences. It now just makes sense. Like, oh, what happened here? Why are they different? Why did they change it?
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's
why doesn't it
because-
connect?
Yeah, why doesn't why is this movie not working?
But it also just reemphasizes that the director is a first time director and also is a big VFX guy. So it's like the VFX look beautiful.
Look great.
But the direction is bad.
great.
Like it's like it makes so much sense. Which is why we do this show. So going back to plot, he tries to get more information about the dragons from Brahm, who again poorly represented in this movie, and he sees that his uncle is attacked by Galbatorix's army, who are trying to get to Eragon himself. Because again, Galbatorix understands that this dragon is hatched and he's going after it. So Eragon blames the passing of his uncle on Saphira, and he sends her away. Which it's like, okay.
I have another complaint here. I'm so sorry. That didn't happen in the book, but it's like they created this artificial like tension, but they have been like in the book, they are each other's like confidant. And like actually there's this like there is a scene where he rides her for the first time.
Excuse me?
And it's don't get weird. Don't make it weird.
What kind of book is this, dude?
Look, I'm not talking about Iron Flame. I'm talking about Eragon. But no, like so, like he rides on top. No, I can't
I know
say
you're
it
trying
without
your
it
best.
sounding bad.
Just gotta own it.
So, anyways, he rides on her for the first time, and in the book, it's like it is because, hey, I have to, like, something's wrong, but she gets him to go protect him. And like, yes, there's kind of like I couldn't do it. It wasn't a blaming her. It was very much like, what is happening kind of thing. And like very much like overwhelmed. And it felt like it was created as this artificial tension between the two of them to just like, again, another thing. Well, so you've already not given us the relationship building that we need to see from them. And now you're going to create artificial conflict just to, again, ruin the relationship.
Yeah, just for conflict's
Like,
sake.
Like it was a whole like growth for Saphira, and that's another complaint I'm going to make about the movie is that like Saphira with that 15 insane age gap thing that happens to her, like she comes out mature and like I'm ready to do everything and I know everything, and like the book she is learning just as much as he is. But like it's all about like them learning together.
But doesn't have
like,
time.
But they don't have time.
They don't have time. That's the thing. It's just there's all this shit. But like, sorry, we can't.
Yeah.
Also, Nick, I love you to death. When you're going over the plot, I swear, for like 4 seconds, I'm like, oh fuck, the headache is coming back.
Me explaining it on an extremely high level.
All these stupid names, and I just don't care.
No, that's how I felt. But again, it's one of those where like I feel like I would care about these characters if they were done properly. Because even just you very briefly
100%.
explaining what it should have been and what it is in the book, that's rad as hell. And also,
It's way cooler.
A 15-year-old wrote all of this? Oh my goodness.
Crazy.
Insane.
It's like feel very inferior as an almost
what the
still
hell?
not published a
What
book
have I
yet.
done? Yeah. So
Do you think anyone in the future will say that about River Fork? Like, they made this when they were 19? That's crazy.
Yeah. So, Brahm shows up, takes Eragon away from the village, warns him of Saphira's importance, and urges him to call her back. Eragon calls Saphira, and she comes back, forgiving him for what he previously said. Again, all very quick because they don't have time for anything. And
there's no time.
We see that Durza sends more bad guys after them. I don't remember which type of bad guys because there's a few in this movie. And Eragon and Brahm escape even further from their own village. So next, a scene straight out of Percy Jackson happens when Brahm teaches Eragon some sword technique. They're doing their thing, and I'm like, oh, it's just Annabeth and Percy.
I will say, I do love that scene. That is one of my favorite scenes. Just because
it's stunning.
It's so fun.
It's stunning.
It's so good.
It's a beautifully shot scene. I have to give it that.
I just loved it. And I'll be honest, when I teach kids how to spar and I spar them for the first time, it is very much that energy I give off of just like I'm a big beefy tub of lard and they see me and they're like, oh, I can hit him, and then I like just smack the leg to the side and they're like, what?
And then they realize that you have fire magic.
Right?
Which is what happens in this sequence. You realize that Brahm is fire magic.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, Pelton, you were going to say something?
No, I was just gonna say I feel bad because you two were just gushing about the scene, and I'm like, I don't like that scene.
You're allowed to not like it.
Well, it's also
like the Percy Jackson one better. The one where they're training and they're flirting and they're doing their thing.
I think the problem is I said it in the beginning, but I just watched Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
It's like when you say, they both leave their village. I'm like, yeah, they leave the Shire.
Yeah,
and then they're training. I'm like, yeah, they're training like the hobbits. Like I just watched this.
That's fair.
I could have just watched this, but better.
Having not seen it recently, again, there were some scenes that did stand out. I was like, oh, this is fun. This was one of them where I was like, oh, this is cool. If I had watched the 3 Lord of the Rings movies prior, very recently,
tough.
it probably would have been different. But
Oh yeah,
this was a fun
100%.
one.
It's one where I can still admit, like, I know that, like, in the context of this movie, this is one of the better scenes. And you're right, it visually looks stunning. Like, that is the best compliment I can give this movie is, like, visual effects look great and a lot of the scenes look great. But, man, like, this is just, I just watched this. Why am I watching this again? I'm watching, like, the Temu version of it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's true though. Honestly,
It's fair. So, in a small village, Eragon meets a fortune teller named Angela, who tells him of Arya and a dangerous path towards future battles ahead.
This is the first time I wish we did video because Andrew's face is just cracking me up. So much disappointment and anger.
It's so, again, that was just, again, cut for time. I get why they did it, but it was also just, there's a whole scene with the thing, and it was like, I can't even get into it. But it makes me go, ugh, this is not a good scene. And it's also not the same, it wasn't the same vision that she had in the book. They literally changed the entire prophecy.
They
just changed the entire prophecy.
And that's insane too, because like if you are to change story things, make it at least, work for the pacing of the movie. It's not like they changed it and it's like, oh, it works in an hour 40. Like I'm gonna keep harping on this, but like it's almost like they changed the whole lore that would still only work in a 3-hour format.
Well, exactly.
And then they still tried to cram in this
work.
fake, like, created lore into an hour and 40. You're like, what are you doing?
Like, if you're gonna, like, change the lore and, like completely change it, you're right. At least make it less complicated and less dense. But it's the same level of complex. It's just different for some reason. And it's like, hey, we only have an hour 40, so let's fucking go. Like, all gas, no brakes. Right. And you're like, can we please?
So, they get confronted by Urgles. That's one of the bad guy. Caught that.
Yep.
And Eragon,
got that one.
Eragon sends off a fire arrow similar to the fire effect that Brahm showcased earlier that day. Because yet again, no time. He just immediately learns it. He got it down.
He's already an expert in a day.
Yeah.
To be fair, that is actually kind of how it happens.
Okay,
really?
Like he does, yeah. So he does not then, and it's a whole different thing. But literally, it is like a fight, and he does have an arrow, and it's just like he feels that, and I can't remember what exactly led him to do it, but it was like everyone will die if I don't do this right now, and that's when he taps into the magic for the first time and uses the fire.
It's like a life or death situation.
Okay, well then
exactly.
I forgive a little bit more. So.
Still, like, I also put that. I was like, that was also a cool scene.
Yeah,
I did like the fire.
Yeah, okay.
The fire
That was very fun. That was very fun.
Fire looks pretty.
Yeah.
fire pretty.
So Eragon and Saphira go on a little joyride as they continue to bond, and they begin to see as one. Which weirdly, I don't remember anything about the book, but for some reason, and I don't know if this is even in the book, but for some reason I feel like I remember this in some capacity.
Oh, really?
Yes. So that it is in the book, but not in that. I actually did write a note about this because the spell that he used is actually one that just enhances physical abilities. It's not something he does while on Saphira in the book, but there is a way that the two of them can kind of combine their consciousness while they're writing. It's not even a spell.
Yeah.
It's literally just like he can do that, and that's what keeps him from getting vertigo and all these other crazy things that happen.
Right. So yeah. Weirdly, I feel like I remember that. But that's it. That's the only thing I remember.
The head's throbbing again.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah. Oh no. My phone's all tapped out.
Can we do like an Advil break or something? You tell me a kid and a dragon are seeing the same shit, and I'm out. I'm out.
They are. They're dragon eyes.
I'm not on enough acid for this. Yeah. Which, to be fair, that's exactly what I wrote down. I'm like, what is this acid trip?
Yeah. It feels like a fever dream. It does.
It's so insane.
Oh my
So
god.
Eragon and Saphira help Brahm kill the Razak?
Razak.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Razak.
And Brahm reveals he was once a rider, and his dragon was killed by Morzan, a rogue rider
You're doing
who
great.
allied with Galbatorix. And again, I wish we had visuals because Pelton's just out.
I'm sorry. I've lost it.
He's walking away.
You said like 4 names in a minute.
Yeah,
He's just like, I can't do it.
It's too many names for one sentence.
I swear, this is going to sound so wrong. You just said that sentence, and I swear to God, I just went, how the fuck is one of us married and one of us has a girlfriend, and this is what we do in our free time? Like, what is happening?
It takes a certain type of person, and that's us. We're here.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
I'm like, maybe don't put my name in this episode. I don't know, but
Co-hosted by
I
Andrew.
can't be associated.
Oh my gosh.
Can you just say the first 6 words of that sentence again? I'm begging you.
Yeah. Okay, ready. So Eragon and Saphira help Brahm kill the Razak.
Like, what the fuck? what is that?
It's like 4 names.
Yeah.
So the Razak are like these specific assassins created by the king, and like in the movie, I think they're literally just like a compilation of bugs.
Yeah, they are.
And they
It was
seemingly
wild.
like it almost feels like in the movie they're like, if you even come close to one of them, you're dead. Like, you're cooked.
Yeah. They tried to well, and that's another thing.
Like, they're just so
that's another
strong. They
part
move
of the
so
book.
fast.
Well, and that's another part of the book that like the movie really messed up on is like Brahm from the beginning is like, hey, you've got to go because we got to take you to the resistance, right? In the book, it's literally like Eragon's like, no, I'm gonna kill these 2 people that killed my uncle, and Brahm's like,
shit.
dope, I'll come along. That's literally like that's the plot at the beginning. It's not about going to the resistance.
I'm glad
easier.
that came across.
It's literally just like, no, I'm following this people to kill them, and Brahm's like, cool, I'll follow along,
join.
I'll train you. Yeah, I'll come.
I feel like that would be better for a short movie. That feels easier.
Honestly,
Oh my God.
honestly, if they wanted to commit to the 144 runtime, they could have done it like that, where they like did all of this, did the introduction, did the training, and like had it the climax be fighting the Razak and like actually dealing with all of this. But no, they didn't want to do that.
And they
should have the whole movie into a minute.
And if they had just done that, I wouldn't have to go to the fucking ER after filming this episode.
If you start bleeding blood, we need to get your address to make sure, like.
Also,
Notes, please.
I'm officially mad at the 2 of you. Because listen, you guys don't remember, okay? Because Andrew, you're married. Nick, you've been dating Maddie for years. Okay, you forget what it's like to be a single man out here. This episode is single-handedly killing my street cred. Okay, no woman's ever gonna talk to me again after this. I'm fucked.
I want to talk about the magic, but maybe
Ooh.
I'll wait. Well, maybe I'll wait until.
Magic.
I want to talk about the magic system because they don't go into the magic system enough in the movie, and I love magic systems.
Let's touch on it right here.
Okay, so like obviously this is kind of when he introduces the magic system, right? Like right before he goes on his ride with Saphira for the first time. That's a great way to say it without it sounding inappropriate. He goes on a ride with Saphira.
About
for the first
time.
time. That's how we do that. Gotta figure out how to do this now before I'm actually like, in a classroom. Like, middle schoolers and high schoolers chuckling at me. But like, so he goes into it and it's a very quick like thing. But he does talk about the thing of like, the word is like the word that they say is the actual like spell. So like Brazinger is I'm not even saying it correctly, but Brazinga
fire,
is
right?
the one that is fire.
Yeah.
Yes, but it is not just how you cast fire, but it is the essence of fire.
Right.
And so the whole idea of the magic system is that like the more and more you learn of the ancient language, you can actually fully kind of like meld the world around you to what you want it to be, as long as you understand the word and then put enough of your effort and emphasis onto what you want the thing to be. Like later, it gets to a point where he is able to turn earth, like mud, into water because he knows the words to be able to like transmit those.
Okay.
And Christopher and like the author goes into like he created a whole language for this. Like he had like he pulled a Tolkien and like created his own fantasy language through all of this.
I will say that's the type of shit really I was doing at 15, so I respect that.
Right.
I think I have 3 or 4 languages under my belt at this point.
No one else can speak them, but you got it.
Yeah, Nick's got it though.
I can't even speak them anymore, to be honest. But I have charts somewhere.
I got like Pig Latin, I think. That was the one I could speak.
Yeah.
I know a little bit of sign language.
There you go, same.
Oh man. Anyways, that was but the magic system is so cool, and they don't go into it in the movie, which I understand because it's a whole other complex. But there's a whole thing about like wizard duels that they don't even go into, where it's literally, I understand because it's not fun to watch, but it's literally like this idea of like Eragon can go into people's minds. He like what he does with Saphira, he can do to other animals, he can do to people. And it's kind of like talks about building up a barrier or a wall in your mind. And a wizard duel basically becomes like almost like a psychic contest before ever like a spell is cast, because once a wizard knows what you're going to cast, even if you get it out before them, they can follow up with something of their own and cause it like a mutual destruction kind of thing. It's a really interesting system, like the way it's discussed.
Excited to see that on the TV show.
Well, yeah, right? True. I was gonna say I feel like that could be really cool visually.
Right?
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of potential there because like a psychic battle. Right? I'm a big superhero guy.
Love it.
So I immediately think of like, okay, in Multiverse of Madness, you had like Wanda and Professor X. Yeah. And that was like a really cool artistic way of doing it. And then like, not the greatest movie, but like X-Men Apocalypse has a mind battle with Apocalypse and ironically Professor X as well.
Yeah.
But like there is very creative and unique ways of doing a mind battle because it's such like a weird foreign concept. So I feel like if anything, you would want to put that in a visual medium.
Especially with the VFX guy at the helm. Like you'd think that he would want to explore that, but
you could have so much fun with that.
Dragons
with derpy faces.
I'm gonna fully animate a CG dragon for 4 goddamn seconds of my movie. Never use it again.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Continuing on with plot. Sorry. No. All good. That's a good side tangent there. There are bad side tangents. There are good ones. That was definitely a good one. So
mostly mine are the bad ones. Is what he means. He's trying to be polite, but
trying my best. So Pelton, going back to like the lines of plot with multiple characters' names. Get ready for this.
Here we go. Okay.
Durza sets a trap for Eragon using Arya as bait. Hearing her calls, Eragon sets out to rescue her, but is ambushed by Durza.
You know, life is so fleeting.
And here I am. Finish this scene. I'm gonna wait till you finish this scene because I have so many thoughts.
So Eragon is outmatched, and Brahm arrives to help, but is mortally wounded. The trio escapes, and Brahm dies while flying on Saphira. Eragon takes possession of Brahm's sword, which previously belonged to Morzan.
Yes, the one who killed his dragon.
Do I remember any of this actually happening? No.
I don't know if you can see, my eyes just fully glazed over.
So let me, first of all, I think this was the moment in the movie where I was just like, this is where it failed. Because this is the epitome of all of the failure of the movie coming to a head in this scene. Because first and foremost, Eragon is not a freaking idiot. Well, like the movie makes him to be such a dumb idiot.
I would agree.
And the wildest part, in the movie he's 17, in the book he's 15. Like, he is smarter as a 15-year-old in the book than he is as a 17-year-old in the movie.
Weirdly specific, like, age jump.
Yeah, right?
Just weirdly specific. So, like, that's the first thing. So, like, this whole trap, Book Eragon would never have fallen for this. He would have seen through it right away. He wouldn't have even given his name to this mind version of Arya. That would have never happened. But it's like, and he's been seeing visions of this woman off and on throughout the movie because, you know, we've got to reuse the same 15 clips that we've recorded on one
month
day.
of shooting.
So he's been seeing this person, and all of a sudden this person's like, you need to save me. And he's like, I'm going to abandon everything that I'm doing right now, right here. And I'm going to potentially risk my life to go into the middle of this place to rescue this girl I've had having dreams about.
Okay, now wait a minute. I'm just going to put it out there. If I was having dreams of that specific woman as well, I would probably abandon everything I was doing. I'm just saying. I think we could all agree.
I mean, anyone who has listened to their show knows that Pelton famously has a crush on almost at least one female character in every movie that we cover.
That is
It was
I mean, to be fair, there is only
only the one.
The fish in Shark Tale.
Tale.
Mrs.
Okay, played by
Doubtfire
Angelina
in
Jolie,
Mrs.
okay.
Doubtfire. I'm just joking.
No, I said that off air.
who
You were not
isn't
supposed
attracted to
do
Robin
that.
Williams? Though,
I mean, yeah,
respectfully.
Thank you.
for
Thank you.
sure.
Listen, if you were 17, you're telling me this fucking model was in your dreams, saying, "Nick Warner, please come rescue me, and I'll sleep with you." Of course, you would do that.
Okay, you know what? When you put it like that, yeah, you're probably right.
Thank you.
All right.
Here I come,
Still an
I
idiot,
guess.
though.
Still an idiot.
But like even this whole scene in the book plays out so differently because he like outsmarts the villain, like the Durza. He outsmarts him in this scene.
Mm-hmm.
Like he is captured actually at this point in time, put in jail. He figures out how they're keeping his magic suppressed in order to like avoid it. He lies and deceives them in order to break out. Then getting out of there gets the elf on the way because he saw her there too. And that's another thing. She's an elf. She doesn't have elf ears in the movie. What were they doing?
Oh, yeah, that's
Insane.
true.
Insane.
What were they doing? And they literally talk about pointed ears, but there was no elf ears.
I see. I wasn't paying attention to her ears.
That, but also
So that
like
sounded really bad. I meant like I was distracted by her face. Calm
you didn't
down.
have to- I would've just moved on. I wasn't
just
gonna-
making sure I didn't. The second I said that, I'm like, why did I say that?
I was gonna make a joke that this is one of the only things they didn't want to take from Lord of the Rings. They were like,
the elf ears?
No, stay away from that. It's too similar.
We're not that nerdy, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I was so mad when I noticed it because it wasn't until he like started rescuing her that I finally saw her ears. And I was like, why are they curved?
Why are they normal?
Why are they pointing?
Yeah.
Why? Literally, what?
Like they
What is
set it
happening?
up for that.
Yeah.
Just didn't
What is
do it.
happening?
It's insane. So moving on.
Continue. Yes. I'm
Arya
sorry.
is poisoned and dying, and they run into Murtagh. Is that his name?
Yes, Martog.
Yes, who proceeds to guide them to the Varden. And once there, Murtagh is imprisoned by the Varden after it is revealed that he is Morzan's son.
It's happening. What? You did not just speak English to me. That was not English.
Well, that was one of my many languages that I famously came up with.
That was utter nonsense, that sentence.
Yeah, that was a wild string, and that's another one that was just like Mortog joins their group so much earlier. Like he joins before they go and rescue Arya.
Well,
the
okay.
first time.
I will say, even though I'm like half the time I don't know what the fuck you're on about. I do remember this guy randomly showing up because it like at this point like the pacing's so bizarre that I thought the movie was coming to like an end.
Yeah.
Because they rescue her, and sure enough, it's only like 50 minutes in. But this guy shows up seemingly out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It was so sudden, and then he's just like part of the crew for the rest of the movie.
Sure.
But I'm like, why is he's part of the main crew, but you introduce him with like 30 minutes left in your movie? Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when you only have an hour and 44 minutes.
Gotta
to do
gotta go.
a fantasy movie.
Insane.
It's
We
almost
don't have
like
time.
it's like if Han Solo showed up an hour and 40 into Star Wars.
Oh my god.
Like he's one of the main characters now.
Also,
What
okay,
the fuck?
super random like side tangent. You mentioned, I don't know why this just clicked for me. An hour and 40 minutes, that's 100 minutes. This movie was $100 million, which means every minute of this movie cost $1 million.
$1 million.
That makes
That's
me wanna throw
wild.
up.
So
That's
these
wild.
sentences with multiple characters that span across 4 to 5 minutes, that's multiple millions of dollars.
Oh my
That they're just, in my opinion, lighting on fire.
It's like heartbreaking.
Yeah. So
That's wild.
Durza leads
Here we go.
Galatorix's forces and attacks the rebels' base, and Eragon, Saphira, and Arya join the battle. Murtagh frees himself during the battle and assists the Varden. Eragon and Saphira duel in the skies with Durza. They eventually kill him, but Saphira is heavily injured. Eragon uses magic to heal her before passing out. And do we
tell
want
Nick is just trying to power through this plot?
Yeah, I was gonna say. Do we want to comment on anything about the battle?
Oh, there's so
before we-
much.
Yes, please.
So I will say I did love and I know this like nostalgia of little me, but I loved that fight between Saphira and that like shadow monster bat demon thing that it was fighting.
Yeah.
Until they like separated and he just started chucking fireballs at it. But like the actual grappling where they were like wrapping around each other, and like I really liked that scene, and I think they did a really good job of not doing what Wonder Woman 84 did and like actually kept it bright enough that you could see what was happening, even though it was just darkness and shadow.
Was that the movie where Pedro Pascal was the villain?
Yes.
What a time during quarantine that was.
That was
insane.
That was so wild.
The movie was terrible.
I was so like I really love that scene, and then of course then it goes like where they're flying, he's just chucking fireballs. I'm like, and we've lost.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if I had the opportunity to chuck fireballs, that'd be pretty sick.
I mean, yes, very much. I was
so. I was kind of in on that. I was like, I'm there.
That's fair. And then of course there's the whole like calling back to the beginning where he was trying to be super cocky and like ride on the back of her tail, and then like now we are coming back to it in the actual scene where that's how he kills the thing. That was pretty great.
Again, like, there's some things that you're like, okay, this is pretty cool.
So I also love that actor, the guy who played Durza. He was also Rumpelstiltskin in Once Upon a Time.
Okay.
Yes.
This I didn't research this guy at all, but this was like bothering me the whole movie because I was like, I know him from somewhere and he plays a very similar character, and I thought it was him. And I was like, it has to be Rumpelstiltskin, because from that show, he was like my favorite character. He was such a good character actor, plays that character so well, and I was always like so deeply unsettled by that character in that show. And then when he shows up on the screen here, like I had that very similar feeling. It was a little bit less because again, the pacing he doesn't get proper like context in the movie. But I was like, man, this guy's absolutely crushing it, and that makes so much sense. I love that.
Yeah, he did such a good. Like honestly, some of the scenes where he's just being evil are some of the better scenes in the movie. Like the scene where he just takes the sword and shoves it into the Wonder Girl's foot and just like twists it. I'm just like, this is so evil, and yet this is exactly what this character is supposed to be. Or like he takes the fingernail to the guy, like the side of the guy's temple, and just like kill. I remember that was like a scene that has stood out in my life for so long.
Yeah. The following morning, Eragon wakes with Murtagh and a fully healed Saphira next to him. And they catch up with Arya, who is on her way to lead the elves in the coming war against Galbatorix. They part ways, promising to meet again. Meanwhile, Galbatorix reveals his dragon. And before I say it, let's break this down.
Okay. I feel like I've become pretty one-note at this point in this show. I'm crashing real hard, okay? I don't know what's happening anymore. I just watched this movie this morning.
Yeah.
Because I tried to watch it yesterday and I couldn't find Eragon anywhere. Aragorn, whatever the fuck this stupid thing is called. I just watched it this morning. Nick, you just said all of that. And I'm like, I don't remember any of it.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's talking about.
That's fair.
So
I do remember it because the last scene. I was like, that's pretty crazy because there's no sequel.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
They sequel baited so hard.
It's insane.
But there was a second dragon?
Insane.
Oh, yeah.
How do I not remember? I'm telling you, I didn't take acid before, but I was put into an acid trip. This movie drugged me. I couldn't remember anything.
Yes.
It's wild. Yeah. No, so you were saying something before. I'm sorry. I was going to cut you off. Go ahead, Nick.
Oh, I was...
Were you saying something?
If you have any final thoughts before I say on my final piece, and then we'll get into actual final thoughts, but any thoughts about this final moment here?
Okay, we haven't talked about Murtagh at all, and I want to talk about Murtagh, but I don't know if now's the time.
Yeah, let's do it.
Bring it on.
So I was another character that they've completely butchered in this thing because they kept the whole thing hidden about his heritage being Morzan. So he is the son of the man who killed Brahm's dragon. So to help with the peace building. The
son of the man, dragon.
The son of the man. I know it's a lot. So there's a whole piece of that where he is comes clean about the abuse that he experienced at his father's hand and how much of a monster he was and all these terrible, terrible things. And he reveals that information to Eragon before they ever arrive at the Varden, the rebels. And he like the fact that they shift that to where he doesn't know about it, then they go into it. Eragon in the original literally shields his mind so that they cannot find out that he is this person. Like, it's literally like the point, one of the big things that he does is to protect him because they've kind of become friends. But this is like, again, they just, the movie did such a bad job of like respecting these characters and what they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it's so bad. It's so bad.
I'm only
some of the changes, like, sorry, Nick, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm only laughing because you said the Varden, and I just read through the plot. In my head, I went, "Who?"
To be fair, they just kept calling them the rebels through most of your. Through
That
most
is
of
true.
your summer.
Yeah.
No, it's so weird because like some of the changes you're pointing out, I'm like, okay, they clearly changed it for time, right?
Yeah.
Like they only had an hour 40, so they had to rush. But then some of them they changed, and I'm like, even with the original way, it's not gonna be longer. Like, why did you change that?
Well, and another thing too that like they like Arya, they completely butchered her character. Like the first time she meets Eragon, she almost kills him because it's like she literally is just like so freaked out about what's happening that she's like, I'm going to kill you.
Which would have been
and
cool.
This one she's just like, oh, I'm a dainty female elf and I need my strong male protector to save me. And it's like, no, she's a badass fighter woman who literally got caught because she was surrounded and outnumbered on all sides. Mm-hmm. And like was prepared to die for this, and you just kind of got lucky and saved her.
Yeah,
like
that makes it so much cooler, and also feels more real.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, and they're real characters, and like I think so much of this movie, and I'm gonna probably talk about this in my final thoughts, but so much of this movie just like took cheap archetypes and just threw them at the wall and was like, we're making a movie with these characters and kind of basing it off these names that are in the book. And I was so disappointed. And
Hour 40, we gotta go.
We gotta go. We
don't have time.
Let's keep moving.
Currently, we have recorded longer than...
That's true.
Far longer. Yes. Which is not a bad thing, but it is one of those rare occurrences on the show. Yes. What I was going to say after that is the end of the movie. So what I usually say on the show is all is well in the world, but because of how the movie ends, all is most definitely not well in the world.
Nope.
There is an active war about to like explode on the scene, but
there's a sequel.
But for the cases of the show, that is Eragon. That's where we end. The setup for a sequel that never happened. So final thoughts, Andrew.
Oh, whoops.
I'm going to leave it to you first because you are our esteemed guest here.
I appreciate it. And I'm sorry for all of your listeners who have tuned out. Your 4 listeners who have tuned out because I rant too much.
It's now down to 2. Cut it right in half.
So I did kind of like write a final notes thing. But beautiful. Like, I think my biggest frustration about it is that they had this huge gold mine of a series. Mm-hmm. Like they had the potential for so much. And in the process of making the movie, which I think now knowing about the director being about being about FX and being about all those things, it's lost what made the original series so special. And it lost that heart behind it. And that like, it was about Eragon. It was about Saphira. It was about that connection that they made and about what they would do to protect each other throughout all of this. He joins the Varden not because that's what he's supposed to do because he's a hero. No, he does that because he recognizes that he is the only person that has the power to change and fight this evil that's in the world. And he chooses to do that. It's not like the movie just shoehorns in this destiny plot line and forces him along these like vignettes. I think you were talking about at the beginning of the episode, but all these little scenes. But like, that's not what the movie was supposed to be. And that's not what the book is. Yeah. And so my biggest thing that I'm coming away from is that like, I would just encourage you to listen to the book. It's great. A lot of libraries have it. It might even be free on YouTube if you can find it.
Probably.
You just like, if they do get the chance to remake this, I'm really, really hoping they dig in and like actually create the characters that are supposed to be there and like create these moments, because all of the things that are in this are set up for what happens in the sequel and in the third and maybe the 4th book. I haven't read it. I'm probably going to now because I started listening to the first book. I'm going to re-listen to all of them again just because I'm now in that like mindset. Yeah. But yeah, so that's how I'm feeling about all of it. And it's just like, they had so much potential here, and it was so bad. But I loved it as a kid, and I hate that because I'm just like, I hate that I loved this as a kid. Now I'm looking at it as an adult, and I'm like, Lord of the Rings is just
welcome to the show.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
Every episode
on the show.
hurts. It hurts.
That is fair. That is a beautiful final thought. I do think that the TV show, again, if it is Disney Plus, if it's still kind of going that route, they are going to, hopefully, if they do it, go the Percy Jackson route, as we mentioned before, and all will be good. But before I get into my final thoughts, Pelton, I'm going to throw it over to you. Final thoughts.
Sure. I think, okay, as someone who's never read the book or really knew nothing about the movie, going in, I didn't really know what to expect. Like, I figured it would almost be like more Narnia than Lord of the Rings. Or I think in reality, it definitely leans more to the Lord of the Rings side. And again, we've said the whole episode, but it's an hour 40, and it's just so densely layered with like mythos and lore. And there's a way to do that somewhat in a short runtime. But even with that being a problem, the biggest problem is just the pacing is insane. Is it really is like just full throttle, no stops, no time to catch up. If you miss something, you're fucked. Like, good luck. So if you're trying to watch this with no knowledge of the book, like me, you will understand nothing.
Yeah.
You will know nobody's names. You don't understand the world at all. Like, it's just such a mess. So I would like to see a version of it more fleshed out. But I'm just going to be honest. I think I'd rather watch Lord of the Rings. Even if there was like a Disney Plus show and Nick was like, you want to put on the show? I'm like, can we just put on Fellowship?
Yeah.
Call it a day? Like, I'm good.
That does lead perfectly into my final thoughts, because I mentioned pretty much all of my final thoughts already throughout the episode, because they apply to the whole movie. Again, I think I'm going to harp on this again. Hour 40 minutes, not allowed. I'm not allowing it. This is not okay. Not for fantasy, not for this level of deep lore that's in this book. And in the whole series, they didn't do a good job at setting up the major things that they could have really paid off on in later films, which I think is also partially why they didn't get greenlit for multiple more. None of the tension buildup, none of the payoff, like, really was earned, because there was none of that buildup. There was nothing there for you to be like, oh, the dragon, like, it grew and they bonded and all this stuff. Like, no, it was just thrown at you, and it was just like, there's no rhyme or reason for any of it happening. And obviously, again, the context in the book, yes, of course there is, but it wasn't played out very well in the movie at all. And I hate to say it, because we said it so many times in this episode, but all I could think about during this movie, similar to Pelton, was, man, Lord of the Rings is so damn good.
Yeah.
That's
honestly.
it. That's it. That's my final thought.
Honestly, too, it's like you even brought up another thing. Like, you're better off watching How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah,
that too.
There's so
and
many other movies.
Like, if you want a more kid-friendly Lord of the Rings, go watch How to Train Your Dragon. Than Eragon.
Yes.
At the end of the day, which, I would kill for more How to Train Your Dragon. I love that movie. But that being said, it's just like, that's where I feel about it.
I think my biggest complaint before we do before we wrap up here is not only did this movie now make me unapproachable to women because this exists on the internet, thank you very much, but also
I'll cut
I
you out of
think
the
it's
show.
broken my relationship with my father. Because the whole time I'm watching, I'm like, how does my dad not like Lord of the Rings? Like, am I related to him?
Yeah.
Maybe my mom cheated on him with like the mailman or something. Like, there's just no way.
Because the mailman loved Robin Williams and Lord of the Rings.
That's what did it. That's an instant turn on for women, I guess.
Hey, I'm married, so
Yeah, clearly it works.
Yes. Man. With this entire episode being said, one final thought on Eragon.
I can't believe this
got
greenlit. Thank you all for listening. Andrew, obviously you are now a friend of the show. And thankfully we had the opportunity to go on your show. And I would love if you told our audience about Sheltered Sages.
Absolutely, yeah. So I am one of the co-hosts for Sheltered Sages. So me and our co-host Philip, who has also been on the show, if you have not listened to his episode, it was hilarious and phenomenal.
Check out our Zoom episode.
Yes, check out Zoom, another movie that I think I've deeply repressed because I think I've seen it at some point in time. But
yeah, don't blame you.
So we are two former homeschoolers who kind of take a look at the world one crazy Reddit story at a time. We share Reddit stories. We talk about some of our childhood and things of that nature. But we've also been doing a lot this semester about kind of exploring the world around us, exploring things that we haven't been kind of really able to do before. So like our first episode of this most recent semester, we interviewed a person pursuing their master's in forensic toxicology. We've had an episode where someone comes on who is a clinical therapist who does D&D sessions to help reduce anxiety. Just kind of a lot of different things where we get to explore the world and kind of go outside of our little sheltered bubble that we grew up in and see what the real world's like. And, you know, that included getting two of these guys on the show and having an awesome time talking about movies. So if you enjoy any of that, you can catch us over on Sheltered Sages on YouTube, Spotify. We're on Facebook, Instagram. I think that's most of the places, but yeah, that's where you can catch us.
Yes, please go check them out. I will say, before even going on the show, I was a big fan. I hounded Philip almost every day, was like, get us on the show immediately. This is incredible. So a big fan of that show. So definitely go check out Sheltered Sages. And as for us, you can find us, all of our stuff, on quaywoodproductions.com. We are on YouTube. We are on LinkedIn. We are on Instagram, Facebook. I think everything but Twitter, basically.
Correct. Same.
And tune in next week to I Can't Believe This Got Greenlit for Good Burger with our friend who has been on the show before, Andy Hopley. Tune in for that next week, and we will talk to you then. Bye. Bye.
See ya!
This has been a Quaywood audio production.